Hello everyone, welcome to Olivia's kitchen. Say hi, Gwen. Say hi. Oh, that's a big grin. Yay! Yay! It's time to cook. We're gonna make a pie today. More specifically, we're gonna make a Derby pie. If you don't know what that is, it's got something to do with the Kentucky Derby, but it's basically a pecan pie with bourbon and chocolate chips. So if you want to ignore me and just make your own pecan pie recipe and add some bourbon and chocolate chips to it, then congratulations, you have a Derby pie. Or you can just follow along with me and we'll make it my way. So we're going to start with the pie crust. I've already prepped it. All you need is you need a single crust pie. So if you're buying it at the store, just get the one. Otherwise, you need a 1 1/4 cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, is what, a 1/3 cup? Yep, 1/3 cup of shortening or butter. I use butter, of course, and then 4 to 5 tablespoons. Ooh, what word was I saying? Of cold water. I have 5 in here, so we're gonna go ahead and switch views so you can see me roll it out. Okay, so the first thing to do is sprinkle your area down here with some flour. So I'm going to be using this 1/2 cup later, so I'm just going to use it now also. Just make a nice powdery circle here for your pie crust. It's snowing on the table! Oh my goodness! Someday, Gwen, you're going to think my jokes are really dumb. But I'm glad you appreciate them right now. Hey! Okay, we're going to set this aside for now. And add our pie dough. Make sure your hands are squeaky clean, because you're going to be using them. Alright. There's our crust here. As you can see, it's pretty gooey. I probably used a little too much water. I probably should have gone with 4 tablespoons, but that's what I do when the butter's hot. So, alright. Just going to make sure that this is nice and powdery before we get going. It should be dry to the touch. Not dry and crumbly, just dry to the touch. Okay, and actually I think we need more flour. Great. Alright, so you have a disc right here. Take your rolling pin, wine bottle, whatever. Start rolling it out. I got a bit of a hole here, so we just push them together. You could redo the whole thing if you really wanted to, but why? We'll come back to that hole. Okay. Stretched out like Cassandra from Doctor Who. Okay, that's a pretty significant hole. Let's break off a piece of the edge here and just patch that up. Anyone eating your pie is not going to know there's a hole in the bottom unless you tell them on a video like I'm doing. Okay, that should be plenty wide. That's about the distance of this. So if you need comparison, that's how big. Same with the other way. Okay, now we need our pie pan. And we go tricky here. Pull it up over your rolling pin. Drop that pan in the middle and bring it back over. And I didn't go far enough. Over the top. There we go. Tuck it down so we're touching all the corners. Corners, circle. It's a circle. There are no corners. You understand what I mean. Down we go. And great. You've got your pie crust in there. Excellent. Okay, next up is going to be the filling, unless you want to do the edges now, but I'm going to do them later. So we're going to do the filling now. Oh, hi. She's really excited to be on camera today. Okay, so now we're ready for the filling. We're going to wait on the chocolate chips and the pecans until we're ready to add everything to the pie. What you are going to need is you're going to need 4 eggs, half cup of flour. Let's see here, this was how much brown sugar? I think it was, oh yeah, it's 3/4 cup brown sugar. This is, I have 2 of these. They're from the hospital when I had her. These were my water cups. I did not pack my bag when we left the hospital, so I'm going to believe my husband on that one. And then you need, a lot of recipes call for corn syrup, but I actually use maple syrup. So you're going to need 3/4 cups of maple syrup. So, oh, that's right. Yeah, so it's 3/4 cups of brown sugar and 3/4 cups of maple syrup. Equal, easy to remember. And then you need 3 tablespoons of bourbon, or in this case, about 45 milliliters. Trying to measure that out and do conversions before this. And a stick of melted butter. You want it melted. You don't want it just room temperature or cold or anything like that. You want it melted, so either do this on the stove or melt it beforehand. Exactly. Because you want it to go in nice and smoothly, and you definitely need that melted butter. So we're going to add that first. Okay, so 1 stick of melted butter. Looks just like this. Feel free to use country crock or whatever else you want to use. Alright, we're going to use your maple syrup. That. Mix it together. Ooh, that already looks really good. Alright, add your brown sugar. Your bourbon. If you're out of bourbon, go ahead and use whiskey, or if you're really desperate, use SoCo, but I would be careful with anything else. Maybe dark rum. But bourbon is the thing to do for this. Otherwise, it's not really a derby pie. And yes, I know that looks like pee. It's not, trust me, I would not be doing that. That's gross, right? Okay. Now you need 4 eggs. I already cracked them, so I wouldn't have to go wash my hands in the middle of this. Go ahead and add those. Okay. This looks pretty good, Gwen. It smells really good. Okay, everything is well blended. It's time to add everything to the pie. No, it's not. No, I lied. I forgot something. Your half cup of flour. That'd be really ridiculous if I had forgotten that. Otherwise you'll have a really runny pie. You really don't want that. Okay. You're actually done with your flour now. I'll fish that half cup out later. Okay. You would think I'd have stronger arms after doing this all the time. So why do I add maple syrup? Well, like how I normally do stuff, I don't always have the ingredients I need when I need them. And I make something anyway with substitutions. So a couple years ago, I was going to try to make this and realized that I had no corn syrup. So I added maple syrup, and that's how I got my recipe for it. Okay, that's better. Much better. Remember your flour. Okay, your next two ingredients are pecans and chocolate chips. So we're going to go ahead and open up our pecans. Maybe. That's a tough bag. Pour them in. Spread it around. Alright. And then your chocolate chips do the same. You don't have to add the whole bag if you don't want to. You can tell your family you did and then eat the rest. I'm actually not going to add the whole bag. I just want to kind of sprinkle it in. I don't want to overpower everything. So it should look like this. Kind of looks like gravel from where you guys are at. Let me move it closer. Without spilling it this time, huh? So that's what it should look like. My pecans are kind of buried. Spread it out a little better. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and add your batter. And you're just going to pour it evenly over the top. So don't just do one big pour in the middle. Spread it around. Feel the love around the pie. I really need to stop making these jokes. They're terrible. Okay. And grab a spatula. Just kind of bring some of the pieces up. Looks good. Okay. Now we're going to do the edges here, and I'm actually going to pinch the edges. We're going to, this, no I'm not, my crust is too thin. We're going to do it this way. Yeah, say hi. I'm just going to make little triangles. Crimp it to the edge. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then you're going to cut your handles here. Unless you just have a round one, then you'll skip this step. You'll cut off the excess. Kind of looks like a sunburst. Normally I use a fork, but I forgot to grab one, and that's much faster, but it's fun to play with different designs. Okay, so pull that away. And you are ready to bake. Don't want to accidentally throw my braid in there. That would be bad. Okay, so you're going to go, wow, you can't see me. Hi guys. You're going to go ahead and bake this for 50 minutes to an hour. I'm going to say an hour because it's a lot of batter. So we'll see how it turns out when it's done. Okay, the pie is all done. It looks delicious. As you can see, Gwen is well entertained back there, pulling out hot pads. It's one of her favorite things to do. She likes a lot of weird things to do, but she's a baby, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this pie. It looks pretty good. It's not going to fall out on you this time. Thank goodness. I did do a little research while we were waiting for this pie to come out of the oven. And it turns out this pie was named by pulling a name out of a hat at the restaurant that it started at. And also, it's not, I was wrong. I am not making a derby pie. Derby pie is actually a trademark, so it's the brand kind of thing. Kind of like if you were to make your own chocolate chip cookies and you decided to call them Toll House cookies, they wouldn't be Toll House cookies because you did not use Toll House chips kind of thing. So since I didn't buy a derby pie, this is actually a pecan bourbon chocolate chip maple pie. You just list the ingredients kind of thing. So hope you guys enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you soon. Bye.